Morning guys, it's Kristen from Kristen Sullins Teaching, and today I wanted to make sure everyone takes advantage of a free resource I have in my Teachers Pay Teachers store. It's an alphabet placemat, and it goes on a cookie sheet to help you organize your magnetic letters. As you can see, this is right behind my guided reading table, and I have 5 sets of cookie sheets that help me organize my letters, and then they're super easy for me to grab whenever it's time for my guided reading group. I can pull them out, put them back up, and then we get to our text or whatever else we have planned for that day. So I wanted to explain kind of how I use them and what resources went with them. So this is the 2 sheets that come in the free resource, and one is to organize my magnetic letters. So under each letter is the actual letter and in the actual color that comes with this set of magnetic letters. Our district was kind enough to buy us a classroom set of magnetic letters from Lakeshore, and the box they gave us makes 5 sets of letters, and there's a few left over but not enough to make a 6th set. So I designed this resource specifically to go with that box of letters, and as you can see, most of them have 2 letters, but then your letters like Q, you don't really need a second one. So what I do is I have 5 sets of these because I normally don't have more than 5 groups of kids in my guided reading group. I use them almost every day with almost every group because there's so many different things you can do with them. But one thing I was finding is that my kids were having a hard time organizing their letters, and then also they were getting distracted. They weren't able to focus on the skill I was asking them to because they're too busy finding the letters. So now what I'll do is we'll get our 2 sheets out and I tell them which letters I want them to pull down. So I might say get letter C and R and T, A, and S. So those are the 5 letters that I'm going to focus on working today, and we're going to add phonemes and manipulate phonemes and delete phonemes, all to help us blend our word sounds. So once they have the letters down here, we're able to focus on the actual skill, and they're not constantly searching for letters at the top. So the way we use these are just super simple. I will tell them a word like cat, and before we even touch the letters, I make them either sound it out on their fingers, or they kind of do a chopping board on the arm and they chop out 3 different sounds. So they would just say k, at, and then together we'd pull it down, k, a, t, and then I make them touch each box. So they would say k, a, t, and then the final thing we do with that word is we start here and we slide it, cat. Okay, so that's super simple. Well, then the next thing I'm gonna do is say, okay, if we wanted to change cat to rat, what letter do we have to take off? And so we would take off C, we would add R, and then we'd go again, r, at, rat. Okay, and then you can see kind of where that goes. You can go really easy with 2-letter words. You can do CVC words. You can start adding blends. You can later on do CVCE words, even your vowel pairs. So it's really good for every group of my guided reading. And then it's super easy cleanup too, because when we're done, they can visually see, okay, this C needs to go there. My R needs to go here, and so on. So it also helps them with the order of the alphabet. It keeps all my things organized. And then when they're done, we just put the white one back on top. I collect all of my cookie sheets. They go back here, and then I grab my guided reading books. So I hope that was helpful for you. It was one of my favorite warm-ups for my guided reading group, and I made the resource to make it as easy and efficient as possible because you don't have a whole lot of time to do warm-ups. So I just want to make sure everyone takes advantage of it. I'm going to link it on the Facebook post, but then also make sure you go to my store. It's Kristen Sullins, and search for Alphabet Placemat. Y'all have a nice day.